Welcome. Feel free to grab a signing avatar down here if you want one.
Yeah. Cute.
Welcome. We have signing avatars right down here. Welcome. We have signing avatars right down here for you, so you can join in the class.
Have you been to VRCon?
You're gonna need fingers, my furry friend.
You think these fingers are good enough, or?
Probably, yeah. You can always run
Alright.
back out and grab one if you need.
But I can't raise my arms, lol.
Oh. We have signing avatars
again,
down here
Kodak.
for you all. Hey, Sad, if you want, we have some optimized signing avatars for you.
I should probably mute myself. Hello. Hello.
You want, you can go ahead and find a spot inside.
And we're almost full, I think. Boggle.
Love the video, by the way. I don't know where it's
I don't think I've been here in over a year. Nice.
Hello, we got optimized avatars right there, and also sign ready. You want to go ahead and just change one of those?
Sure, yeah. Black hidden. Good afternoon.
No.
Long time no see.
Hi, Ushida, we have some
Hello.
optimized signed avatars for you over here. Right over here.
Yep,
Yeah.
we require everybody
Feel
to
free.
use
You enjoying the
medium,
festivities?
good or excellent avatars.
Medium will not do.
You're good.
Ye.
Good.
entire world is distorting
I see.
before me. My PC has
guess
been too
still
long
okay to talk.
for this.
Should I be expecting more, or is this like in?
Are
you able to
I
handle
think
more?
I think this is good right here.
Yeah, I'll close down the quest.
Yo, Seth.
Okay.
I don't know the sign for cheese, but come here. Making memories.
Hello, that's Ross. I'm still alive.
I saw you in the Twitch chat.
Yo, Meiji, what up?
Doing alright, you?
Doing good. Another cool event to check out.
Ready to start whenever?
Yeah, I wish I could have been to the other, the
Also,
movie event, but,
Hey, just let me know when you're starting, because I'm the camera guy, so I need to make sure I'm near you for the microphone,
I
just
got
your
a good glimpse
microphone.
of it. I kind of
So,
just
oh, okay. Let me
I
turn
watched
this
like
real
half
quick.
of them and then like got off and watched the other half on stream.
Well,
Okay, yeah, they're on
It was
quests.
pretty
Again.
fun.
Going.
I just checked
Okay.
it,
Yeah,
unfortunately.
they streamed all of
but-
it, so it was just easy to check it out. Oh, I guess we'll start.
Just let me know when you guys are ready, and I'll go ahead and switch it over to you, and I'll give you a countdown, okay?
Okay. All right.
Okay, so 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go.
Hello, everybody. I'm Fearless. We're having here at a VRCon, we're having an event for introduction to the sign language. Pretty much what's going to be happening at this event is we're going to have 3 different languages, ASL, BSL, and LSF, which is American, British, and French Sign Language. And let's see here. You'll be able to see the differences in each of these languages and see how different they are, how culture is affected for how different their language is. And pretty much during this event, I would like to have everybody just kind of mics off, mute, don't use your voice. That way everybody can listen to the interpreter and just enjoy the event themselves. And now I think I'll just go ahead and just hand the microphones off to the teachers. They're going to introduce themselves, and then right after that, they're just going to go ahead and start straight into the lesson. So there we are.
Hello, everyone. My name is DM. I'm hard of hearing, and I'm a teacher. Thank you all for coming here today. One thing I like to do is I like to read. I enjoy reading. My name is Sheezy, and I was born deaf. I use hearing aids, and I'm from the UK. And I love bunny rabbits. Hello, everyone. My name is Roinaru. Name sign Roinaru. I'm fully deaf. And I'm a volunteer for French Sign Language. Thank you for coming to this class. We hope you enjoyed it. So now we'll all head out to the lobby to take a group photo.
All right. Let's go to again take that group photo. Okay. All right, is everybody ready? Okay. Alrighty, that pretty much sums everything up. Now, during the class, as you guys noticed, that there was a lot of differences in the signs between each one of those languages. Also note that here in VR, that it's adapted as close as it can to be to real life sign language, as in like ASL, LSF, all the ones that were just shown. There's also different signs for a lot of different things for each and every single one of those languages. Also note that there's facial expressions and stuff that are used inside the language that sadly VR cannot, at least at this moment, cannot show. There's also deaf people cannot read lips here in VR due to the vising's just not really being that great at the moment. So just wanted to inform you guys a little bit about that, on about how sign language is a little different used here in VR and in real life. So if you guys have any questions, you can ask pretty much any one of these teachers, the interpreters, any single one of them. You can hang out here. We got rooms over here. That's like for like a self-learning area, and this is more like about our community right over here. So just go at it.
Yeah, I think I dozed off.
Very hard, very hard. Very hard with the IT, very hard. Need to be much it up. Thank you. Thank you. I'm from a base. Yep, finish fun today.
I'm glad I recorded the whole thing because I f***ing dozed off. And I missed the picture. Yeah.
Similar. What's the sign for similar?
Pretty much what we got going on right here are different resources.
So,
We have like YouTube resources
similar. Okay.
and like just online links and stuff. And these are kind of like, these right here are mainly like dictionaries and stuff. Up there are like videos you can just watch, kind of just dive into it like that. My personal favorite that I like to use would be LifePrint and HandSpeak. I like using LifePrint because it's got like a beginners, like I think they have it lessons 1 through 30. They're not, you can't really do the lessons, but you can take the quizzes for them and kind of do like a self-learn that way. and the quizzes really helped me whenever I first started. And then the Handspeak's a really good dictionary that it's my personal favorite. Up there, I like to use Bill Vickers' YouTube channel and Signs. Bill Vickers actually has free online lessons. All of them are just no mic, and it's actually like videos of him in his classroom showing other people science. So it's really neat, and you actually show the one-on-one with them, and you can, sometimes he has the mic on in the video, so you can hear all the students in the background and stuff, and you know it's like a legit class. And he also has another YouTube channel that's just it's called Signs, and it's pretty close to Life Print, pretty much made by the same guy. And let's see here. You can look up using the little search bar and find out like pretty much any sign or term that you want to know. And he uploads maybe like once a week, once a month. It kind of varies. He's always off and on.
And his son has good memes.
I
Random
haven't
fact.
seen any of them.
Yeah, where I'm friends because he's a family friend. We used to, we knew each other back in California. So I'm friends with one of his sons on Facebook, and his son is a meme lord.
That's funny. I didn't even know that.
I think you want to get like those.
Excuse me, Shade? Can you talk? Yep, I'm here.
No, okay. May I ask, do you guys have advices about the controllers? Because it's really difficult speaking sign language with Quest 2.
Yeah, so I have the Oculus Rift. So my hand shapes are pretty limited, but I've learned to get by, and there's a lot you can still do even with the limited hand shapes.
Because
but like, yeah. So for example, like the F hand shape.
This is hard, right? Like,
yeah, it's you've got very limited stuff.
Life, you're having like curve.
Yeah, but the buttons is analog, but in VR chat I can't put the finger between, if it makes sense.
Yeah.
You
wouldn't do it.
It's just either or.
So
fingers, you're gonna have
right. So we would do this to show, hey, this part's actually supposed to be bent.
Okay, I speak Danish sign language, so it's very different for me. All this. But I'm still trying to figure out. I just got this for a week ago, so I need to learn a lot.
Right, and you do one strike motion with
well, thanks
If
for
you want to learn signs, start with the letters. That'll help you figure out the hand shapes that you're going to use for the rest of the language.
Is how much you're
yeah, but I know all the signs in Danish. It's just about to find out how to say it in in this version. Like A, B, it doesn't work as easily. So I was thinking I should get the Valve index controllers instead, but I guess it doesn't really help.
Yeah, the index is better, much better, but it's still like, if we could get actual gloves, that'd be so much better. Like, if we could get full blown.
If our fingers could cross over each other.
I got hand tracking to work in VR chat. Kinda, but I can move or do anything else.
The controller could tell, like if you spread your fingers out.
I've seen somebody who had that too.
Yeah.
They had hand
Finger
tracking, but like
angles
their entire rest of their body didn't
kind
move, but their
of
hands.
crossing my fingers right now, but
Yeah,
teachers
I'll
over there,
test
the
that
ones
more
that
out.
did the
I think the
class.
closest thing
thanks.
is the
They
quest.
have their own class that
Their
Thanks
hand
again.
tracking,
that
but you
just
can't use it
got
for
right
anything.
there on that wall.
Mm.
And as you can see, tells you which time zone, who's teaching, what class, all of that. And not only it does classes, but NVZ, that means no voice zone, and anybody can join, sign, and not use their voice.
They're not allowed to talk.
Pretty much. And it's for everybody to socialize, hang out, using sign language for the language that it has for it. So LSF means French Sign Language. That's just kind of the way it's laid out. There's like ASL, BSL. We have pretty much love for just about every single one.
German?
Say it again?
Is it German Sign Language or what is GSL?
GSL, yeah, that is German. So we offer classes for American, British, French, Korean, and German Sign Language.
Oh, so KSL is Korean. Yeah.
Yep.
LSF is the France.
Yep. Got any questions?
I mean, do they ever like talk, the teachers, or are they always mute?
The teachers? Jenny. She's hard of hearing. And she'll speak during her classes.
Oh, you're selling cat in VR.
And she'll give more like an explanation. But whenever, let's see here, Crow, pretty much all the other teachers don't really talk too much. Maybe Cheesy.
You're going to do the F
I don't really go to Cheesy's classes too much, but as you can hear that she's talking over there.
Okay. On both hands. I mean,
as you can hear that she's talking, that means she was poorly raised, meaning it's just
so you're gonna pull it out.
She was, whenever she was being raised up, she was told how to speak and stuff like that.
Black hand.
Just kind of taught.
I took ASL in high school. I should have known.
Actual like signing avatars.
Yeah, I think mainly Jenny's the only one that speaks. But like Crow goes slow. He'll go through a lesson, and he doesn't have like large lessons. It's just like 15, 20 words a lesson, and he'll go through it in 30 minutes. But he'll use up that 30 minutes to write down and explain stuff.
First 8 months I was
I'm
in
not gonna lie, I already forgot most of the things.
Right. Yeah, I mean,
like the whole concept of like ASL
the whole
and VR is
point
fascinating. That's why I came here
of this
today.
presentation was to show
It's really
like an introductory of what
I've been an interpreter
the signs are,
for 6 years, been signing
and
for like almost 10.
the differences in languages. Because people think, oh, it's sign language. All of the signs are the same.
No, there's no way it's
for like everywhere you go, everything's the same. No, it's every country has its own culture with its own language along with it.
Still, it's mind-boggling.
And the culture itself can affect how the language is.
But is ASL
I
like
took
a global
sign language in high school for like
sort of thing?
2 or 3 years because I failed it once.
It's not.
Sort of global.
What's her name?
There is a Coda. Come here.
Is? Or ever heard of her?
Coda.
She signed like a couple shows here in Texas.
Coda.
Oh.
She was a hearing teacher.
What do you
but then, like, after a
know
while, I got
about
a deaf
International
teacher.
Sign Language?
And it was like a very good class. Well, what do you want to know? Just in general?
Just in general, like
been,
what
like, I was
do you
having
know?
fun
Because I know
classes.
nothing about International Sign Language.
So, international sign language, it's not really a language, not one that people use to communicate. It's for, just international signers, deaf people, when they come together for, like, conferences, things like that. It's, what they use to communicate with one another. Kind of, you can compare it to, like, maybe Latin. For spoken languages, Latin is kind of an international thing. Yeah.
Like a lingua
international.
franca.
Yeah. It's not a fully developed language with a full vocabulary, but it has enough there where people can come together and interact.
So the basics.
Kind of, yeah. You can't get as in depth as any of these other sign languages, but
Like I hit his
can
avatar and
communicate
showed
pretty
it.
well with signers from other countries.
Weird.
Developed. It was created by deaf people for that reason, for that purpose. Sometimes it's called Gestino or Gestino, but I think it's just international sign language now. I don't know. Is there anything else?
You need to know the full extent of the history. When was it made? Everything, every detail.
The man who created it, what was his cat's
mother's maiden name?
What did
Which
like
minute of which hour of which day of which month of which?
What color socks were they wearing?
Exactly.
Trick question.
What
They
was
weren't
his
wearing
PC
socks.
specs?
Ooh.
They wore Crocs that day.
His PC specs were like a stone in the garden.
But that's the general gist of it. I don't think that long. I think in the 1900s is when it really started being a thing. Maybe I could be wrong, but it's not that old.
That's probably right.
Yeah. Maybe late 1800s, mid 1900s, something like that. But
But I mean, like, basically any time I've ever seen any like videos of deaf people visiting other countries, they just seem to get along without gesture. Just however you say it, I can't say it.
Gesturing.
They seem to get along with it without it. Like, I mean, deaf people are so like innately skilled at gesturing and figuring it out that they can just kind of like, oh, we don't actually have a common language, but we can get this point across.
yeah, because we're, in any sign language, like differences between spoken languages here and there, it's, huge differences, but sign language has commonalities, like the facial expressions, the body language, the gestures. There's elements that are common to all sign languages, and I think that's what makes it, like, easier to communicate across cultures. Like for me, when I've gone to Korea, I can't communicate with hearing people in Korean very well, but I'm able to get along with Korean signers, Korean deaf people pretty well, and I thought that was interesting.
That is interesting.
I have no
spoken.
I have no validity to this story at all because I don't know if it was like just made up and I just read it somewhere, but I saw something that said like deaf people whenever they go to Italy, that's like one of the most deaf friendly countries because like yes, but because like the Italian culture is already so like
gestural,
they gesture a lot that deaf people go there
outspoken.
and like the Italian people aren't like freaking out and they're like not able to communicate. They can gesture enough to be like, okay, yeah, I understand.
Yeah, but that's true. That makes sense because for hearing people, like in America, for hearing people, there's always the question of how do you communicate? What's the best? How do you? And deaf people, it's always other than writing notes, you just gesture. You just kind of point out to what you want. Just kind of make those motions. It's something that a lot of hearing people just don't really get right away. But yeah, it makes sense. In Italy, it's something that they're just used to.
Right.
So I believe it.
I took
I remember like the moment that made me understand that was I went to a movie with a deaf friend and he typically uses his phone to like type what he wants and show it to the person, to like the waiter or whatever. But we like went to get our tickets and he didn't even pull up his phone. I'm like, how are you going to tell him what movie you want? We were going to go see one of the Hunger Games movie. I think it was Mockingjay Part 1. And he just goes up to the person and just goes.
I'm wondering.
Yeah,
I was thinking the exact same
they're
thing.
like, oh,
It's
yeah.
being streamed, I think.
So I was like, oh yeah.
I mean, exactly, just like that. Yeah.
Get your point across.
How is it to watch a movie when you're deaf?
So that theater had caption glasses, and basically almost every theater has some form of something, but that specific theater had these special glasses you put on, and it basically projected captions onto the glasses where you could just watch the movie and there were captions at the bottom.
What? I've never heard of that. That's cool.
Yeah, they're
It's
weird.
super cool.
It is super cool and it's super weird at the same time.
Kind of clunky.
Yeah, because like if you watch movies
Yeah.
with captions, the captions stay, right? Whenever you watch them with glasses, wherever you look, the captions move with it.
Oh, like it follows your eyes.
Yeah, because it's on
like a
the
VR
glasses.
headset.
It's not on
That's cool.
the screen. It's on the glasses. So
Is it like a mini computer inside the glasses?
yeah, it's like and it's not just the glasses. You also have this like little thing that you like put on. It's got like a little box,
Little battery pack that syncs up to
yeah,
the
that
theater.
thing.
Yeah.
So
Sounds cool.
But then going back to your question about movie, I mean, you can ask any of them what the hell they feel about movies. But like for my dad, he's deaf. He enjoys just watching like action movies and the explosions and fighting, things like that. He doesn't really care about the story or
the plot,
the speaking. Yeah, kind of, but he's more just he likes to enjoy the visual part of it. That's him. That's what he prefers. But you can ask anyone else what their feelings or experiences are with movies.
Sounds like a good time.
We are so good at timing.
Come again? Movie?
Well, this is going to be the new stereotype. Or you can type things faster.
But I was trying to figure out the differences between the letter M and the letter N in this ASL alphabet.
If a movie has some choices, like the people have rushing, but if not some choices, what the poor rushing if we don't understand what people saying in the movie.
Usually you're putting, like in real life, you're putting your thumb between your pinky and your ring finger. And N is between your ring finger and your middle finger. And so in VR, we usually just, you would point at your, where your thumb would be. So
No, I don't think so. Maybe he shot it. It shows.
your pinky, and for N, you'd point between your middle and your ring finger. Or you can do it the easy way and do M or M.
So that's why you need an optimized avatar.
I gotta go AFK. I'll be right back.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty sure a lot of people just do it this way, just because it's easier to see.
I see.
Makes it hard to know this.
I thought you were asleep because I heard snoring.
You can't do that in VR just because of
Me?
Your fingers can't cross over each other.
No, I heard snoring and I'm like, who's asleep? And I looked and it looked like you were asleep. It looked like you had just like fallen asleep at your desk, just kind of like. And then I was like, is he asleep? And then finally you moved. Yeah, well, you moved, and then I'm like, so who is it? And then I recognized, it's my dog. It's my dog over there. She's snoring. So.
The other songs I can figure out in VR, but finger spelling is something I'm still like a newbie again.
A, no, that's D. Fuck, what's B?
D,
B.
yeah.
Isn't B like this?
B.
Yeah.
Yeah, thumb. Yeah.
B. C. If I can get it right.
Yeah, it's
Index.
Index.
C, and then D. E. Oh, what's F? F?
Oh, with index.
Oh, F.
I don't know what Quest does. I've never used Quest, so index is me.
Yeah, F. And then G. Hold on, I gotta remember G. Oh, G.
Yeah.
H, and then I, and then J. But if you're like, usually if you're in index or whatever, they point at their pinky like that instead.
Right, it's like that. Something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm guessing taking these classes would teach us how to sign in VR? Since I'm in desktop, that's going to be a problem. Take for example the way you did the two letters apart. Would real ASL know that?
The two
Are you
letters
talking about
apart.
like in real life? By doing it like this and like that?
Yeah.
So something like that. If you do like M like this and N like this in real life, someone who knows sign language in real life is gonna look at you like you are still learning. Yeah.
Yeah, because in real
These
life
are
you have
just for
all
VR.
dexterity. Yeah.
Yeah.
They wouldn't know what I meant, hey.
They would probably understand it, but look at you like, oh, you're new. You're still learning.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We're almost done though. Like what else?
A lot of worlds though, like a lot of hangout worlds, if you ever like run into somebody who is mute or, you know, deaf or hard of hearing, a lot of the hangout worlds like have like keyboards and stuff like that, so you can actually like tell, you know, guide them over and type it out to them instead. And most of the time they'll do the same back for you.
And like what you said about desktop, for me, before I got my VR, my Index, I started off just going to classes on my laptop, just because I wanted to kind of practice, train my eyes for just what VR signing looked like. So I was ready when I did get these. So if that's you can start off that way. You can still go to classes, kind of pick things up, and just start getting used to the sight of it all. And then if your goal is to get a headset one day.
And maybe by the time that you get into VR, they'll have gloves out and you can actually do the real stuff. Maybe.
Who knows?
And I noticed one of the
This class would
classes
have to
is in
change
this world.
so much.
Does this world have one of those keyboards?
I don't think this one does. No,
not this one, but some of the other worlds, there's portals in the back. Some of those do.
Yeah. The experimental one, which I found very helpful, like when doing self-learning, the experimental one has that. And there's a lot of people like in the deaf and mute culture that hang out in those public worlds too. So.
Take dark powers and become a bad a tyrant leader.
And then I know you may have already seen that if you're really wanting to learn sign language, we said you could come to these classes just on desktop to watch. You can also on your own just look up online resources to practice real life sign language. We have all the different links and resources over on the far side of the wall that you can use. Down, I'm crouched. Right there. So if you practice real life sign language, then I would say that would probably make it a little easier if you want to get into VR signing as well.
Yeah, they cross over pretty well with each other.
For the most part, yeah.
Well, that reminded me of Skyrim, how you're just walking along and some random guy's just he just attacks you out of nowhere and you just punch him in the face one time and he just dies.
So these two are really good YouTube resources, good channels, and then a couple dictionaries. Anytime you're curious about what's the sign for blank, you can just type it in the search.
I'm gonna head over to the spider lair, so I'll see you later. See you later. Yeah.
See you later.
Problem is, however, I'm Swedish, and we have the Swedish Sign Language, but I want to communicate with my mute friends when I get a VR.
Okay, and
or no guards to notice the bodies.
Yeah, so with that, I guess if your goal, it depends on what your goal is. If you want to communicate in signing in VR specifically, then if you feel that the ASL version is the most common or among other players, then you could focus on this. If you wanted to, I don't know any, but you could use the search online resources to find Swedish Sign Language. So yeah, just depending on what you want to get out of it ultimately.
I guess I'm just going to hope that those won't erupt each other.
I don't think so. Normally they say start off with the sign language that's used in your area, your country, your region. We don't have any Swedish Sign Language that I know of here, and I don't know if it's similar to any of these. But if you want, if that's what you wanted to learn and practice for real life signing Swedish, and then VR signing and any of these, I'd say I don't think they would conflict or what did you say, interrupt. I think it would just be more practice on just sign language in general, how signing works, you know?
I know a little Swedish Sign Language, and it's close to French actually.
Okay, then if that's if you think that works, maybe you'd want to start off with French classes here. If you want to try and match what's used in your country.
I woke up, made beef stew, and got on.
Beef stew.
Seems like a good start.
Mm-hmm. He's Swedish. We're talking about Swedish Sign Language, and then just about learning VR Sign Language in general.
Right.
I'll be back.
Let's see, take for example if I go for French sign classes. Would my ASL friends understand? Or is it that different?
Oh, they're busy. There's differences, but like kind of what we were talking about earlier outside, even though the vocabulary might be different, there's aspects that are common in all sign languages that, I don't know, maybe there's less of in VR, but like body language, facial expressions, things like that. You're able to still communicate and get your point across, even though it's not the same exact language. That just comes with practice and time.
Thank you for everything.
Okay, I'll go check times for French. See if it fits my schedule.
Right. I think the French teacher just left. He's not here anymore. Let's see. Looks like there's 2 on Mondays and Sundays.
Monday's going to be a problem for me.
Looks like then also there's on Saturdays the NVZ, no voice zone. It's not so much of a lesson class. It's more of a club gathering, get together. Everyone just kind of hangs out using that language. So this one would be French Sign Language.
It's either 2 classes for ASL in a week, or 1 class a week for French Sign.
Don't mind me just teleporting.
And this is
what
hard.
you're able to attend? You know, at the very beginning, just starting out, you could just attend anything you're available. Just to get a feel for the classes at first. And as you get more into it, then maybe you can try and find a time that works with you in the language you want. Because like you said, your goal is to be able to communicate in VR, so even if it's not French, you could just start in a sign language.
I'll make sure to check it out in an hour.
Right, and then this schedule, we have it up in this and a couple other worlds, but there's also, if you've joined the Discord server, those times are always posted, and there's updates, and even just other events, non-class events, like game nights and movie nights. So you feel free, the link is right up there if you want to join the Discord.
There's tournaments sometimes too. We did a pool tournament.
Oh, that too, yeah.
Sumo wrestling
Guess who won
tournament.
the second one, baby? Yeah. We need another tournament.
Oh wait, lol, I'm already in the Discord.
That's pretty cool. I liked seeing the difference.
Oh, you're already here?
BSO, all that stuff. Yeah, so.
Right.
I was
You know what
mainly
I meant
focusing on
now
cheesy
by
and
is,
Roy.
like, right. It is just seeing the difference and like it was all cool.
Like sometimes it's
It was
like, oh, that's pretty similar, and then sometimes it's like, whoa, that's different.
Like, that's way different. Like, where'd that come from?
I'm gonna grab some food though, I'm starving.
Short-term
It's
memory.
mandatory
I
to
joined
attend
it
the
yesterday.
classes.
I need to check my memory
Cool.
sometime at the hospital.
Your voice cut out. The Texas.
That just means you're already ahead of the game.